short selling. Okay, so what is short selling, right? Short selling is an investment strategy, okay? It's a strategy in which you speculate on the direction of a stock, mostly the direction being downward, okay? So let's say that there's a company A, okay, with its ticker symbol COM A is a ticker symbol, okay? Currently, it is trading for $20, okay, per share, right? This is at time T0, let's call it, okay? This is time 0, okay? At time 0, company A with a ticker symbol comp A is trading for $20 a share. You doing some analysis on company A realize that they're not meeting their goals, that they're not so they're not meeting their goals. Let me say T0, time 0. They're not meeting their goals. They're not meeting their their revenue goals and things like that. And you think to yourself, well, if this keeps going, if this trend keeps going, they are not going to be worth a lot of money in a month, let's say, right? So what you do at T1, okay, is you go to a broker, okay, so there's a broker, and it has a certificate. Okay, a certificate of Comp A. Okay.
Certificate meaning they own it?
Like a stock certificate, like saying, hey, this certificate guarantees you, or this certificate shows that you own 1 share of this company. It's a certificate that you can show, and you can, it's a certificate that you can show and give to the broker to get your money back. For example, if you want to sell the certificate and get back the money, right?
Oh, it makes it's a proof of that you own it, or not
exactly.
own, like that you're borrowing it or something.
No, a certificate is just a proof of ownership, or a proof. It's
that you're like legally holding it at least.
Pretty much, yeah. Just think about it like a dollar, right? A dollar is also a certificate, right? It guarantees you that by having the dollar, you have the equivalent of $1, US dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, the certificate of this stock, says you have 1 stock of this company, which is worth this much dollars. So if you want to go ahead and trade that, you can trade that for dollars, because it is a certificate that is backed by the company that's selling it and things like that. But anyways, the broker has this the certificate, and this is you, and they transfer it to you. Instead of transfer, let me say lend. Okay, because that's what they're doing. At time 1, they're lending it to you.
So it's kind of like, I don't outright own this house, but I'm slowly gonna own it completely. Or wait, no.
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 Just listen, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you sell it to the market. The broker lends you that certificate at $20 a share. Plus interest you have to pay.
So, is the reason why you sell it right away, is it because it might go up or down? You want to be able to like sell it for $20 instead of selling it for like 21?
I mean, you could sell it for 21. That would even be better for you. You can sell it at 30. That would be even better for you. Right? The higher at which you sell it is better for you, because if you think it's going to go down in the future to $10, right? At which point you give it back to the broker, you're going to have, you know, you're going to have everything from like 21 all the way to 10 at, you know, at the point which you sell it that you're profiting from. But anyways, you want it to be as, you know, you want it to be high, but this transaction normally happens at once. You borrowing it and selling it in the market. The price likely does not fluctuate in the time frame in which you're doing this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But you can sell it at any price you want. You just want the price to be lower when you buy back. That's it. Right? You think it's gonna go down, so you borrow it, you sell it in the market, and if you think it's gonna go down, you want to sell it immediately, because the lower it goes, the less profit you're gonna make. Okay? So you lend it, the broker lends it to you at $20 per share, and they're plus an interest of $10. Oh, sorry, 10% when you return it. On this one, let's say it's like per month. And to make this thing simple, we're only going to keep the stock for 1 month, right?
Mm-hmm.
You sell it back in the markets, you get back $20 essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, time two, you know, comp A is worth $15, right? And it's like maybe 15 days in.
Mm-hmm.
Time three is worth $10, right? And it still hasn't been a month yet. It's like only, you know, 25 days. Now at time, and then we're gonna do ... And now we're at time N, which is the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And now the stock of comp A is at $5. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you do, okay, you buy from market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buy at $5 per share. Okay? You get back the certificate, right? You get that certificate, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you give it back to the broker. Right? You give it back to the broker, return, plus $2, right? Per share, which is the interest. Right? So you've essentially given them their share back, their stock back plus $2, right? Now when you buy it back, you bought it at $5, right? you already had $20 that you're holding on to because you sold it.
Yeah.
At time, at time one, you sold it, right? For $20 per share. You have $20, right? By you selling it for $20, you get $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You return it back, so now you have the $20. You have the $20, okay, minus $5, right, which is how much you're buying it for, right, minus $2, which is the interest that you're paying, right? So this is going to be 20 minus 7, which is $13.
13.
So your profits is $13 per share. So if you had more shares,
yeah,
right, you
can multiply it.
You just multiply, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're profiting, right? Profit, right? So short selling is a trading strategy that allows you to benefit when a stock goes down, right? Because you're speculating that the stock will go down. And that's why you're taking a position like this, right? The position being you borrowing from the broker, right? That's the position. And then returning it back, closing out your position is when you return it back to the broker. And then ultimately making this profit, okay? But now the short squeeze, on the other hand, right, is the price, instead of it going, right, short squeeze happens here. So I'm going to do short squeeze. So we're going to say a short squeeze would happen right? So T0 and T1 are going to be the same, right? Right, T1. But instead of at T2, the price going, down to 15, it went up to $25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then at T3, right, Comp A is at $30. And then so on and so forth to the time when, you can keep holding on to this thing, right? You can keep holding on to it, just keep paying interest every month, right? But you might say to yourself, you know what? I don't think the price is going to go down anyways. My speculation was wrong. And I don't want to lose any more money, okay? I do not want to lose any more money in the markets, okay? So I better return the stock back before I lose too much money, okay? At TN, you're like, shit, the stock price is at $40, and you're scared, right? You're like, shit, the price keeps going up. If I hold on to it any longer and this price keeps going up, I'm likely to lose a lot of money, right? So instead of like losing more money, you decide you're gonna immediately cover and close out your position. And because there was a spike in price, and the price is going the other direction, and you're panicking and you're coming in and buying it again, there's that supply and demand that's playing that's in play right here, right? The fact that you're going in and buying it is causing the price to go up even higher, right? Because the reason that the price was going up was because there was demand for it, right? There was enough volume to warrant it being at this price. So the short squeeze happens when, in order for you to close out your position, you end up buying the shares to cover, right?
To cover means to cut your losses.
To cut your loss, essentially, right? And most of the time when you do a short selling, you're doing it with a large number of shares, right?
Yeah.
So by that, a large amount of volume being bought at the same time, that is what's causing the short squeeze to even get squeezed more, okay? And when you try to buy it, it might go right in the market, right? And when you're buying, you're doing a bid. But
bid. So how do you do bids with brokers?
It's just like you see the price, right? And that's the ask price currently, or that's what people have been paying for it. That's what people have been bidding for it, right? And that's probably what most people are asking for as well. And when those line up, that's essentially when it gets sold. So you really never see it when you buy it on Robinhood, because you see a stock price and you're like, okay, I'll buy it, right? You don't really go through the process of bidding and stuff like that. Everything is happening at like high frequency, so that the whole process kind of obfuscated away from you, right?
So
but as you're bidding,
that happens at Wall Street.
What's that?
The bidding happens at Wall Street.
I mean, sure, it happens at these brokerages, but there again, these high frequency things are being done with computers. Okay, like robots are doing this. So it's not people going, I'll bid this in. Like that used to be how it used to work.
Yeah.
But now it's like mostly with computers and stuff. But anyways, as you make this bid, but because you are asking for a lot of supply, maybe the ask was only for like 2 stocks at $40, and then there might be an ask for $42 for the next one up, right? So you're getting this influx of a large amount of buys that you want to do, and you're exhausting the lower bids, and thus the stock price is kind of going up. Anyways, this process, because you're trying to close out your position, actually puts a lot of demand on the system. In which case, the person who's asking for money can demand even more money, right? Because they want to make money, right? So that's the process of it shooting up even more, because you're trying to close your position and you're flooding the market with a lot of demand, and then the price might go up. Ask might be like $42, right? And there might be other people also that are doing short squeezes too, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, there might be other people that are also shorting the thing. So the squeeze might happen to them, right? Because you're rushing in to close out your position, or they're rushing in to close out their position, thus increasing the demand even more and causing the ask to keep going up. And so on and so forth, right? And maybe this is what you get buy it at $43. So you get back your certificate, right? And then you give it back to the broker, right? Return plus interest, right? Which is plus $2 per share. So in this case, what you've ended up doing is you take $20, right, which was the amount that you you sold it at, right, minus negative $43, right, minus $2. Or sorry. Oh, sorry. Why am I putting a negative here?
Yeah, there's no negative. Because that would be a positive, right?
Yeah. My bad. I got too excited. In this case, it's going to be negative 25. All right, that's your profit.
Or your loss.
I mean your profit, right? Because it's negative.
Profit isn't it when you get stuff? When it's a negative.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean, when
profit
it's
is
positive.
Which is a loss.
Yeah, it's a loss.
Right. This is your. Right, but because it's negative, it's a loss. Right? So short squeeze doesn't have to do anything with short selling. Short selling is just a trading strategy that you use to make money when on the decline of a company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Short squeeze happens when that hunch is wrong or that speculation is wrong, and you actually end up, having to buy quickly to cover. In which case, because there's not enough supply and there's a lot of demand, the squeeze happens, causing the price to go up even higher because you're bidding to buy it at this price, but because there's a lot of demand, the ask could keep going higher. So that's what a short squeeze is, and then that's what short selling is. They are,
they're related, but
short squeeze only happen if there's a short selling, but a short selling does not require a short squeeze.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could profit, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you gotta understand between these. Short selling is the technique that you use to profit off of a failing stock. A short squeeze is what happens when your hunch or speculation of that company actually failing is wrong, and you end up having to cover to cut your losses. And in the process of you trying to cut your losses, the price goes even higher because the demand is high, and you're adding even more demand to try to cover your losses, and that's what causes the squeeze. The other thing, which is a gamma squeeze, that one you'd have to look up, but I think it's just like because there isn't, nobody's actually willing to sell at a lower price. It's a larger spike in the squeeze.
Oh, okay.
All right, so like I might be like, you know what? I'm not gonna sell it to you at $43. I'm gonna sell it to you at $1 million. Right, and there's not enough people in the market selling it, right, at a lower price, and you're forced to buy it at an even crazy price, crazy high price.